While I was looking at the famous picture of Geronimo and his warriors waiting to take the train to prison in Florida, I became interested when I learned that sitting with all those fierce warriors was a woman. I discovered that her name was Lozen. Lozen was born among the Warm Springs Apache tribe sometimes around 1840s. She grew up near the Ojo Caliente in what is now New Mexico. Back then, the Apache world was still mostly free, still traveling through the mountains, deserts, and long trails their ancestors had traveled for generations. As a child, she was close to her older brother, Victorio. History remembers Victorio as one of the great Apache war chiefs of his time. As years passed, the Apache world grew smaller and smaller. While settlers pushed into Apache country, miners came searching for gold and silver, soldiers began to build forts across the land, and treaties were broken almost as fast as they were signed. Then the government ordered the Warm Spring Apaches away from their homeland and sent them to the San Carlos Reservation in Arizona. The Apaches hated San Carlos. The land was harsh, food was scarce, and disease spread easy. In 1879, the Warm Springs Apache, under the leadership of Lozen's brother, Chief Victorio, led his people off the reservations and back into the mountains. The army quickly pursued. Lozen became the right arm of her brother. Her ability to predict the direction that the enemy would come from was uncanny. She would travel through enemy lines to get supplies and ammunition for Apache fighters hiding in the hills. Her duty was to see that women and children were safe and out of the way when the battles started. Then she would return to fight beside the warriors. Even the soldiers heard about the fearless woman warrior that was always seen in the thick of battle. In 1880, Victorio and his tribe was being closed in from the north by the U.S. military and south by the Mexican troops. Lozen was not at the last battle. It's believed that she may have been sent for supplies. Mexican troops far outnumbered Victorio's warriors and overran his band. All that was left alive was a few women and children. They were marched away by Mexican soldiers as prisoners. The children were separated from their mothers. Many of the women will spend the rest of their lives as servants of Mexican families. After Lozen learned of Victoria's death, she still refused to surrender. Eventually, she joined the band of Geronimo, one of the last Apache leaders still fighting the military. By then, it wasn't really war anymore. It was survival. Families were starving, women and children were exhausted, and soldiers never stopped searching. Finally, in 1886, Geronimo surrendered. Lozen and others ended up in Mount Vernon Barracks in southern Alabama. A woman who had spent her life crossing deserts and mountains on horseback finds herself suddenly trapped in a diseased prison camp. Lozen died as a prisoner of war from tuberculosis on June 17, 1889. She was believed to have been 49 years old. Her grave is unmarked.